Let's see the
Let's
polling map.
see.
This is the RCP averages right now.
It's not even counting any of those toss-up states.
So you can see right here, this is the RCP average polling. So here, there's a lot more toss-ups. There's a lot more wiggle room.
So if he gets all the
it's
toss-ups,
I mean basically all the toss-up states, right? So which way do you let's get your official map then, Matt, so we can go ahead and have this set for tomorrow.
man, I don't know this guy. I mean, let's see.
I believe in you, Matt. You are a skilled political commentator.
Yeah, I just don't know what the polling looks like. Let me see the polling average. Is this the polling averages one?
Yeah, this is the polling averages one.
Okay. Okay. I think all of that's going to happen. Let me look at the toss-ups. What do you think about Florida, BJ? I think Florida's fucked up. I don't know. Like, I think Trump could definitely take Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility. You know, I want let's see if I can go to pull up the RCP averages really fast.
There's a lot of psycho chuds there. Like
let me see.
Yeah, I kind of think Florida's going to go Trump too.
If
he could take, if he takes Pennsylvania and Florida, does he get it? Is that enough for him to win?
Pennsylvania right now, all but let's see, 3 of these polls are going toward Biden. Biden is 2.6 up. That is not much. That is yeah.
Wow. So Clinton was 1.9 up. So 2.6 was the margin of error last time.
2.6 was Trump was ahead in the polls against Hillary. 2.6 is what it looks like at the end, right? These are the exit polls. So Hillary was up 1.9, and then Trump ended up winning by 2.5 ahead of the polls.
So something like if the polls are as off as they were last year,
oh yeah, 0.7. My bad. I'm still figuring this out. So
if the polls were as off as they were last year at 2.6.
Right, there'd be a 2.6. There'd be a 2.6 margin here.
So then, if it's that close,
yeah. So if you take that into consideration, 2.6, 2.6, it's a tie. It's a dead tie if you take that same margin of error,
and that's
from the last time. That is some shit. That is the state of this fucking race right now.
If it's that close,
which
they're going to feel it.
Good lefty would like to mention right about now. If this was Bernie, this would not be like this. I'm just going to throw that shit in there because, yeah. Any ties go through the House, which is Trump and incumbent. Well, the way it works is that every state will send a few people to vote on who they want to be president. I forgot how many. What is it? The consensus of how many delegates or how many representatives? It's a whole thing that they do in the House of Representatives where every state has a delegation and they all vote one way or another.
That's if it's tied 268 to 268.
Oh, okay, I get you saying. So he's saying that a tie in the sense of reading these polls. Yeah. So if that's the case, then you have to give Pennsylvania to Trump if you're gonna go off of that stuff. But that is some shit, man. That is 2.6. All right, so let's hit.
So let's look at the map. If he gets Pennsylvania,
all right, let's go back to the map. Let's see. Let's give him Pennsylvania. Let's give old Trump here Pennsylvania. Ohio. I'm thinking that's gonna be pretty easy to go to Trump. He's ahead in that one. So from here, Trump is an average of 1.4 up. So let's give him that one. Iowa, I think that one's leaning his way. North Carolina, I saw was 0.6 in the direction of Trump. That one's good. So let's go to Georgia. Oh, that's Virginia. Wrong one. Man, I'm telling you, since we started streaming with the Ethernet cable, it's so much faster. 0.2 up.
Kenzo?
Yo, what's up, Kenzo? Yeah. We're putting together an electoral map here. You want to chime in? There you go. So let's
Right.
see. Texas, I am holding out hope that Texas does flip, but yeah. Well, look, they're asking now. Do you have PA for Trump? Yeah, we're testing that out because here's the deal. We just talked about this, but just go back just to backtrack a little bit. Biden is up on an average of 2.6, and the error last time against Hillary was 2.6. So since it's a tie, we're just gonna go ahead and say let's play devil's advocate for it. So let's see. Let's see. PJ has another comment here. So let's see. Because look at it this way, boys. 52% didn't vote in 2016. Not all of that 52% stayed home just because of HRC. There are people in that 52 that could be energized for Trump this time. I
Yeah,
don't hear folks
exactly.
factoring that in.
I
Yeah.
heard some
So
people
what?
saying that
What?
like
See what a lot of people don't
non-college
understand
educated
this
white
though is
people.
that a lot of the pollsters they ended up looking so shitty after getting it wrong and Hillary losing that they've been skewing their polls to compensate for a Trump bump anyway.
Untuck the polls, bro.
So that's part of it. So let's go and continue with this map here. Oh yeah, let's do Texas just because that's my home state, and I would just like to see a Republican lose, not so much a Democrat win, but he is up 1.2 here. AOC was leading a call thing, but all right, let's just go with the leans. Let's give them all the leans.
All these, all these votes. I mean, I did see that there was, supposedly an increase in non-college educated white people
So let's see.
registering to
Biden.
vote.
All right, so okay, so Biden is up an average of 1.8 in Florida. He's winning with the elderly. That's where everybody likes to go retire. Trump was 0.2 up in the average, and he ended up winning by 1.2. So we factor that in, 1.2. Biden will still take it. Let's give that. That's actually a stronger state for Biden. So let's give him that one. Let's go to Arizona.
Wait a minute, flip it. I think that comment. Read that last comment.
Biden takes PA because A, it's his home state, and B, the fracking issue is all smoke and mirrors. And you see, the thing about it is, the stupid thing about it is the majority of people that you poll in Pennsylvania do not want fracking when you're looking at the polling. But then you have Trump trying to paint him as an anti-fracker, and then Biden doing everything he can to say, no, I love fracking. Fracking is great. Fracking. Yes, I'm a pro fracker. When you have a state that likely would have just been more energized to come out for you if you said, "Yeah, I want to ban fracking." Yeah, fracking's bad actually, but I don't know who's he trying. I think he's trying to appeal to moderate Republicans, I guess, with that. if that's the plan. What were you saying, Matt?
Anybody? No, there's people aren't voting on fucking fracking. Like the few thousand people that work in that industry are going to do that, right? Because it's their job. They're not going to vote against their job or whatever. But most people here are voting on the same culture war issues that you ask any Trump supporter. That's what they say. Like
what fracking? Like if it's see, this is
no, you ask them why they're voting for Trump. They say shit like it's all like culture war stuff. It's like they think that like Facebook is censoring them, and they think that like the schools are teaching the kids to be like gay communists, and that's the only thing they talk about. They don't have any kind of there's never any kind of like if there's any kind of policy critique, it's like, oh, he's spending too much on foreign aid, or he's spending too much on the schools or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's not what they're voting on. I don't think that's it. Right. But it's seriously so much a question of like, are they willing to like go with the culture war shit instead of and go with Trump, who's objectively handling the country terribly, right? Like, what is more important to them?
And
like dying in a pandemic,
the anti-mask. COVID conspirator people, they're so loud when you hear their opinions everywhere on the news, online. For me, it's hard to get a consensus really, because I hear about all the fucking problem people. Like for y'all, I know y'all probably new in the chat. Like my girlfriend works up in the city of health here, I mean, the Department of Health here in the city of El Paso, and she gets to talk to all the hardheads that are like, no, fuck it, I'm not gonna isolate. I don't care that I'm positive. I don't care. Like it's just a flu. You know, she talks to all them people. So all I hear about are a bunch of hardheads that don't want to wear masks, and a bunch of people on the news or online that are like, my rights, my rights. There's no city ordinance. There's no law. There's I don't care. I'm not gonna wear a mask as long as Trump doesn't wear a mask. And
Mhm.
it's hard for me to gauge where are people's heads at nationwide on the issue of how Trump is handling stuff, because a lot of people are even saying he did the best that he could. He's handling it as
That's
everything. He's
right.
doing everything that he can, so it's not really his fault. So I mean, where do you think that the country comes down on it, Matt? Just
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think like last time there was like the shy Trump voter. Like I actually feel like with a lot of those people, it's like there's the shy Biden voter, right? It's like right wing chuds who are,
Mhm.
you know, vocally like, oh, he's fucking killing it, man. Yeah,
Right.
like you see how he banned China,
Mhm.
like that's their thing. They always say
Yeah, like
like,
ban China, like is his big battle cry to how he handled the virus so well.
yeah,
I mean, did
oh, you see what I
did did
did? I went
people
against
did
the Chinese.
people uh, did it not resonate with people when that tape leaked and he said, "Oh, I know this is serious. I know we should wear masks. I know we should do
That's what
all
I'm
this
saying.
stuff,
I
but
think
I'm trying to
deep down
downplay."
inside, no, yeah, I think deep down inside they know he fucked it up, right? But
Mhm.
it's like, is it like I said, is it more important to them that they like continue to own the libs and continue
Right.
to like do their culture war grievance stuff,
I mean,
or
who knows, man?
somebody you know
But
who is
so
seemingly more
I know
competent on it?
I know I'm in the way here, but all right. So we can see here. Uh, all right, Biden is +9 in Arizona, and Trump was -0.5
Yeah,
in
PJ,
the
I've been
polls.
hearing that too. Like Weigel said the same thing. I heard Weigel on some podcast the other night, and he said basically the same exact thing, that there's definitely the yard sign game is a lot less this year. There's some Trump signs and all, but he said that like last time there was just like like Hillary for prison signs everywhere, and like just it's like anti-Hillary vitriol and like fired up Trump supporters,
Hmm.
and he's not seeing that this time. So, and
It,
still,
well, okay. Here's another one for you, Matt. So, what I wonder is,
I
okay, is
think
there
Biden's going to
more?
take Arizona. I
Uh,
think Biden's going to take Arizona
yeah. So let's go put that up on the map just to continue
because I think
along with our
Mr.
trek
Kelly
here.
is going to lose,
All right. So
right?
let's give him that one. Um, let's see. Is Maine on
Yeah,
here?
I think that's the thing with the seniors too, PJ. I think like the seniors, I guess, have flipped on him. Like I
Yeah.
don't see that in my life, but I guess that's the case, that some of them are recognizing that he's doing a shitty job with the virus,
Hmm.
right? So I think he could lose them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not sure about Florida. Like, I don't know.
Arizona has a growing blue population. The Democrats running for Senate is a
Yeah,
hometown hero with a big name. That's true. You might like you
exactly.
actually might get a little
I
bit of a
think,
bump to Biden for that.
yeah,
Um,
Mark Kelly's going to win that race, and I think that'll help Biden because it'll bring out Democrats to vote for him. People vote just because he's Mark Kelly. I
yeah.
think
So
people wouldn't vote
Biden looks
for it.
pretty strong in Maine across the board, which it might come down to a couple of them district races just to point it out here. Um, yeah, Maine second district. But they don't have them like that divided up. All right, well, let's go back. All right, so why don't we give
Split.
Biden the rest of Maine just to make it easier. All right, so if we do that, grand total is Biden still winning 299, 238. If we do this, and let's just give Trump the red. Let's give him the rest of it.
Which one did you give him?
So, yeah, that clears the map up according to the RCP averages.
What is that?
That's how we were able to work the map out according to the averages and according to the errors from last time, bro. So,
Can you
I
scroll
mean,
up a little bit? I can't see the top.
oh,
Um,
but there's nothing up here, bro.
the score. There it
Oh,
is. All
you
right,
can see
stop.
it. Oh, there we go.
No, go back. Right there. Stop.
All right. So yeah, so this is what we just ran through. Yeah, the every state's assigned based upon the RCP averages and the swing that the polls were off last time. So if we're going under that criteria, by then Biden is still winning 299 to 239.
Okay.
Damn, I mean that's pretty crazy. I mean, I wouldn't really disagree with Biden winning. I mean, look, even if the only one I might say is Florida maybe going to Trump, and even then it's a 270 268 win.
Oh, even if he takes Pennsylvania and Florida, he still doesn't win.
Yeah, he still doesn't win. Y'all, so this is just the state of the race. If Trump wins Pennsylvania and Florida out of this,
if it's this close, I feel like he'll fucking steal it somehow. Right?
That's a nightmare scenario. No, that's not that's half the nightmare scenario. That's us certifying the numbers right now. So this is the thing. This is half the nightmare scenario because the mail-in ballot thing will come back at this point. If it's 270, 268, and the tipping point in these states is mail-in ballots, and it looks like Trump is up on the night of, and it flips to Biden off the mail-in ballots, that is a nightmare scenario. That is where you see caravans and people pissed off, militias and whatever else is going to end up happening. If that's the way it flips on a couple of points, that Red Mirage scenario, exactly, that is the nightmare. That is a true nightmare, and that's what I think is the most likely. I thought maybe at a larger scale for statewide, but yeah.
Against him though, because I think Florida's going to have their count by the end of the day. I don't think Pennsylvania is. Pennsylvania is not allowed to start counting the mail-in until the day. So I think the other states come out with their scores though, right?
Right.
That could seriously undermine the value of Pennsylvania's eventual score, right? Because they need to win other states in addition to Pennsylvania. So it might not even matter as much,
Right. So okay. So this is
results.
Yeah. See. So this is the map here
that is going to have results.
That which one?
Florida should have results. Right. Most of their results the day of.
Actually, this is the one we should go back really fast. The one thing I wanted to go ahead and say here is that if that's the map that if Trump flips Nevada, he wins. So right now, according to the polling data, Biden is up three and a half points in the RCP averages in Nevada.
Yeah, I think Biden will win Nevada.
Yeah, so it looks pretty safe to say that Biden might win Nevada. Remember, Bernie won that pretty handily in the primary. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's a exactly pro-Biden country out there.
No, I think it's like very organized. Like I think that they turn their people out to vote. Like remember what we saw in the primary. Like, there's a machine politics there to an extent.
So is there? So what do y'all got? What do y'all think? Which state could possibly flip here to give Trump the win? Which one?
I mean, Arizona or New Mexico, right?
I mean, no, not New Mexico. New Mexico's pretty solid blue. Now, what would be interesting to see happen? Which one?
Colorado.
Okay, let's see where Colorado is. Colorado. All right, let's go over it. Damn, yeah, Colorado's Biden's like +9, +10. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that one would be. But let me just give you my wet dream scenario just to whatever. There we go. Boom. There it is. Let's imagine that. Let's imagine that for a while.
What?
Can you see the score?
Oh, yeah. Oh shit.
One district in Maine goes for Trump, and we end up 269.
What do you think happens in this scenario?
Well, I mean, it would be a House of Representatives situation, right? And I think Trump might have the numbers by state to be retained by the House of Representatives.
You don't think they would just steal it?
No, I don't think Trump would need to steal it at this point. What would happen is they would just go to the House of Representatives and it would be like, all right, do we have the votes? Yeah, we have the votes. All right. So Trump wins.
Oh, man.
Now imagine the shitstorm that comes from this scenario where you have the mail-in ballots playing in with a tie in the Electoral College with an impending House of Representatives vote.
Or like, yeah, it's gonna be like this. Think of like if there's still several states in play, a few days from now, and they're counting. That's a very likely scenario, right? That they could just be counting them breathlessly, waiting for one state or another,
right,
to finish counting. Like, I don't know if California is not going to change. None of those West Coast states, like California, is going to take weeks, supposedly.
Right.
I haven't heard any estimate for PA, but
all right. So if I'm gonna go and give my prediction, though, it's gonna be this one. I'm gonna stick with this one. Yeah, I mean, just going off of the averages and then curving up how Trump outperformed the polls last time. Yeah, I'm gonna say Biden 300, Trump 239. We're about 299 to 239. Probably that'll be where I come down.
Let's give it. All right.
Well, okay. So let's see. Slim General says that Michigan is gonna go red. So
you think really?
Let's take a look at Michigan here.
I don't.
How is Biden doing in Michigan?
It's like 10 points down in Michigan, right?
Well, one poll had him down. Reuters has Biden up 10. Only one poll has Trump ahead too. Biden is an average of 5 points up. But it was and here's the thing though, we're not gonna be leaning one way or another. I mean, we really have no dog in this fight, to be honest. But Trump gained 3.7 points on Hillary to win Michigan, according to the polls. So we factor that in, take off 3.7 points, and say Biden is gonna be coming in 3.7 points lower than where he is. He still wins. So,
yeah, I mean, Biden did that shit with Scott Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Those polls could be cucked. That's a lot, though.
That's a lot of points to make up off of you'd have to have like even worse than last time off. Yeah, the polls are way off. Well, like we're factoring the polls being in way off. If 4 points is a lot of points to be off. Let's just be straight about that. Last time the polls were off, whatever they were off in favor of Hillary. Even factoring that in, yeah, Michigan looks like it's going to be a pretty safe Biden state this time around. Just the lead looks stronger. So, what do you think, Matt? You want to co-sign to mine, or are you going to go out on a limb that I'm not going on?
Yeah. What's North Carolina look like?
North Carolina?
I think let's look at North Carolina real quick.
All right, let's take a look in North Carolina. We're being thorough here. Yeah, Trump's gonna take North Carolina, I think. There you go. The stops don't mean much at this point. Folks pretty much had their minds made up months ago. Yeah, that's a good point. Trump made 3 stops in Michigan today because he wants to win it when he's losing currently. Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to agree with that, man. I don't think he's gonna be able to make up 5 points even with the polls off, but you know what I mean. It's just something to consider. Polls aren't everything. People are very wary of polls, so might as well. But yeah, I'm thinking that this is gonna be a pretty safe Trump state on the night of.
Damn, those polls were off a lot, huh?
Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying. Like the polls, 3.7. See, 2.7 ahead of the polls. So Michigan was by far the furthest off, if we're being honest. So, But
Michigan was
even
the same.
factoring that in, it's a big difference. It's a bigger difference than last time. They would have to be off by 5 points. That's ridiculous for an average of polls to be off that high. That's a lot.
Yeah. What's Georgia look like?
Yeah. Let's take a look at Georgia.
Is Georgia in play? You think
Georgia? They're saying it is in play. I'm not really inclined to think that. He won by 5 points last time. He's up 0.2 in the RCP averages right now. So if there's a Biden swing, that could happen. Yeah, look, Democratic voters in Michigan are energized right now. Especially since our Democratic governor was almost kidnapped. Well, that's true. That's true. There you go. Maybe in some federal races, but not POTUS. Yeah, Georgia and Texas will be blue eventually, just not now. I mean, it's going to be close. If Trump wins Georgia by 0.2 points and wins Texas by the similar margin, that'll be a big red flag for Republicans. I mean, they're going to start freaking out at that. They might just be oblivious. They might just think, "Oh, that was a referendum on Trump." That is a Trump
they know, man.
thing. You know, that's
Trump
not
is the only reason they won, though.
Right?
They wouldn't have won without Trump. Like,
yeah,
if it had been like a Mitt Romney
Canadian.
type.
We need Trump to win, or the entertainment circus ends. Oh, so that's where you're coming at it.
There'll always be an entertainment circus.
Okay, look, bro. I mean, I appreciate appreciate that you have entertainment value with seeing Trump's shit show down here, but
they'll figure something else out. Like, they'll make it, like the right wing culture war stuff will heat up, and they'll make it do something.
So
I don't even know,
I mean, look, bro. At this point, it's gonna be a massive swing in one of these states. Oh, like he wants to see a civil war. Oh yeah, that's gonna be funny for you. I mean, the chuds coming out with their guns rolling up on the streets, and then that's the other part of it. When you talk about libs grew up in a very are cultivated in a very anti-gun culture, and then socialists have been criminalized since for a while
be, like,
when it comes to being armed.
I don't think it's going to go down like that. I think if anything, it'll be like them intimidating people at the polls and at the vote counting places. Like, I think they'll be fucking with the election people, like me, speaking of, like, or like not necessarily me, but like employees at like the poll counting place, that kind of thing. I'll try that if they can.
That's a scenario that I'm looking at too. Is Biden wins, Trump disputes it, sends to the Supreme Court, and then they hand him the win.
Well, not even that he wins though. They would fuck with the count somehow. They would try to get the count stopped. They wouldn't let the count go final and then steal it after the fact. They would do it before.
For y'all that ain't been rocking with us that long, Matt is going to be a poll worker tomorrow, and I have a big question for you, Matt. Are you rocking the Black Lives Matter shirt tomorrow?
No. You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to wear Black Lives Matter.
You're not allowed to wear anything that has like any issue. They said any candidate or issue.
All right, so
but I did see that Black Lives Matter was specifically allowed.
So did you had to get a checkup on that, because remember there was that whole issue where the dude saying to turn shirts inside out because of Black Lives Matter.
I was worried, like I have my Bernie cup. Like I'm wondering, like I probably have to like cover that up or something.
Yeah,
because you're not allowed to have that.
Yeah, I'm sure Bernie specifically because he's endorsing he's endorsing
Biden. I'm the Republican judge too, actually.
Really?
I told him, I was an independent and I could do either. Mm-hmm. So there's obviously a dearth of Republicans, so they needed me.
Okay. So wait. So as far as actual political issues, they did have limitations this time. Like they spelled out limitations for you that you can't wear.
Yeah. No, I mean it just says you can't wear political any issue,
Okay, so they
any
did
issue
say
with
so
calls
it's
that
not
they
limited to
consider.
the candidate, in other words, right?
Any candidate issue, yeah, like
Okay.
make a Medicare for all shirt or something.
All right. So all of that was limited as well. All right. So
Yeah.
let me see.
Um,
But all right, Matt. Do you want to go and
I
subscribe?
think
Do you want? Are you coming up with your own scenario, Matt? Or are you gonna come up? Or is this
no,
gonna
I'm
be
just looking
ours?
at it more. No, I think yeah, I think this is probably right.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Yeah.
if he takes,
I think this is the one I'm probably gonna stick with as well. You know, after going through every poll. So um,
Minnesota. Hmm.
yeah, it's still
Yeah.
gonna be interesting tomorrow, and then tomorrow we will be live streaming the results as they come in. We will bounce around to all the popular shit. So if you're looking to watch Rogan or you're looking to watch whoever else is on, we'll be bouncing back and forth across whoever y'all want to see. So you know, make sure to tune in for that tomorrow. It'll be fun. We'll get your battle stories, Matt, from being at the polls. See if anything interesting goes down. I
Wait a
mean,
minute.
you're in a
Why
safe
do we
blue
have
state.
PA for Trump?
What do we do?
Yeah,
Why do we have PA for Trump again? It's because if you look over here at
I
here
thought
we
it
go.
was still.
So
That
let
wasn't the
me
one that was tied, right?
yeah, this is why we have PA for Trump, just to go back over it for you guys. So right now Biden is 2.6 up in the averages. Last time Trump made up 2.6 points exactly. So if that's the case,
Okay,
we
yeah,
just
that's
decided
the
to
one.
give the tie to Trump.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, still keep in mind here with PA going to Trump on this map, I mean Biden is still ahead
What was
by
Florida
enough to
again?
win. Yeah, let's check it out one more time then. Let's see. Florida. Uh there we go. Florida would look like it was pretty
Yeah,
safe for Biden. So I mean it's 1.8 up for
2.6.
Biden, 1.2 for Trump. So
There's
yeah,
like
that
two
it is
polls for
close.
Trump.
Look, it is
It's in the
close.
last
Look,
polls.
yeah, see, he was 1 point ahead of the polls. He's 1.8 up. So it's not going to be an easy win. But look, that's why we did this map. So we did Florida for Trump as well. Biden would still win under that scenario.
Yeah, it'd be really close to.
So it'll be a close win, but that even if Biden loses Florida, and like you wanted
Yeah,
to, I know you had one of y'all had said that you wanted to see the flip side of that. If Pennsylvania goes blue, Florida goes red. That's the scenario you're looking at. Um, Either way, it's gonna come down. If it comes down to being this close, none of these other states that y'all are mentioning are within any kind of points that Trump historically has been able to make up. And that is, keep in mind, the pollsters have been slanting everything to
so if
cover
he
for a
wins
Trump vote.
Michigan,
If he wins Michigan, like Slim General here is
Michigan
saying, then of course Trump
and
wins.
Florida, and he wins.
Yeah. So, but just for kicks, just because I would like to see it happen. If Texas goes blue by some miracle, then yeah, it's all over but the crying. And he could lose.
Yeah,
Uh,
get do the heavy Biden slant
he
one.
could
See,
he could lose
do
this one.
Florida,
He could
do
lose
all of them.
everything if he wins Texas. It's all over.
We'll
There
do
you
them
go.
all blue. Let's see what the
Says
best case
Slim
scenario
General. He
probably.
says he's gonna be back to ride my bet tomorrow. We will be looking for you, sir. We'll be on tomorrow for sure to go in
Give them
and
all
cover all this
to
stuff.
give them all to Biden. I'll give them Michigan,
All right,
um,
let's see the Biden
Pennsylvania,
blowout, which
Florida.
I do not think is all that likely, but we'll give them that one. We'll give them that one. Give them that one.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we'll give you that one. I think the only one that we'll probably leave to him is Ohio.
Let's
Was
see
there another
Ohio.
toss up? I think there might be another.
Iowa is toss up, right?
Yeah, Iowa's a toss up. So this is Biden getting all the toss up states. Which I mean, I guess you can say that Ohio's a toss up state, so might as well give him that one too. If that's the case, we're looking at almost 400 electoral college points for Biden. But
That's what would have happened if it was Bernie.
Yeah, that would have been Bernie's map.
Yep.
No doubt about it. Let's just.
No
This is a little bit easier. If in an alternate reality we were hold on, we were looking at a Bernie map of him running against Trump. This is likely that the scenario that we would have been looking at. You probably would have won Texas too. Florida would have gone to Bernie. Georgia, likely. In Ohio, yeah, that would have been Bernie's map right there, folks. Everybody, you know what? Give him Maine too, because everybody loves them up there.
Oh yeah, yeah, and Nebraska, probably too.
Yeah, Bernie would have housed it. This would have been over a long time ago, but we got Melton Brain Biden. We do not have Bernie, so that's the way we're looking at it.
Bernie would have won Montana.
Yeah, we will be back on tomorrow, everybody. So we appreciate y'all joining us.
Bernie would have won them all
right now because we are on a time frame.
I gotta be up at 4 a.m.
Yep. But all right, everybody. We're out.
Later.